Sure. Let's look at this one.
This episode sponsored by Squarespace. Come on, cough it up. Come on, I need it. Not that one. No, I know it's in there. Come on. No, none of them. None of them. Keep going. I know it's in there. How did you even fit that in there?
What the heck?
There it is. Why do people even like you?
I want to know what the heck that thing is before I say I like it or not.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 44, I think. And today we're going to make something. I'm not really sure. What's this episode all about? Well, I have no idea, to be honest.
I have no idea.
But let's just make something with junk. You probably know better than me. You've seen the thumbnail. You know, you're from the future.
I am.
Is it good?
I'm 2 years in the future now.
Does it look nice? Is it worth... I don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I just mean like in general now.
So this I call the bill basket. No one else calls it that. Basically, this is a basket that I leave by the bins, and if anyone has any interesting plastic bits or stuff they can't be bothered to recycle, like this little duck head, quack, leave it in here, and at some point I'll collect it and I'll probably make something from it. And of course, by bins, I mean the family bins, not some public bin, you know, out in the street. I don't know what to build, so I'm going to start with this spray bottle head. Always a good start. And these bits are actually pretty tricky to get off, so if you just... What? That has never happened before. So at this point, I'm going to assume you've seen one of my videos before, but any plastic, sand it down so glue will stick to it and paint will stick to it. And this is another one of those little lantern things, like from fairy lights at Christmas. It's got some of these little weird, interesting plastic bits inside. So I'm going to be using super glue, or CA glue, for this whole build, and baking powder. That's all you really need. I like to sprinkle the baking powder over a tub like this so it doesn't make too much of a mess. Now, be gone.
What is the baking powder
So this is one of my
for?
greatest finds in the pound shop. Basically, it's a fidget toy. You kind of bend it around and it's you can take it apart. And essentially, to me, it is like, I don't know, 20 knee joints and elbow joints for a robot. Look at that. So if you want to stick a bit of plastic to another bit of plastic and you've sanded it down and it doesn't seem to be working, try a little bit of EVA foam. EVA foam seems to stick to everything and it drinks up super glue. So if you stick a piece of EVA, then the plastic piece 2Z EVA foam, like that, it bonds really well. So these are some cake pop sticks left over from my wife when she had that little cake pop phase, you know, back in 2019. She was making cake pop. Anyway, not important. Basically, they make really good legs and general pole shaped things.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Now, after my last video, I would be a bit of a hypocrite if I didn't base this build, so I'm actually going to build it on a base, and that way I don't have to worry about it balancing and things like that, you know. I'm just going to base everything now, okay? I want to do it proper. So I should probably put a link to my flocking video up here for basing and flocking materials. This is orchid bark. I love it.
Yeah.
So this episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Now, if you've ever wanted to make a web... So, we kind of have the body. Now, this is my favourite position to be in. I guess it's some kind of walking robot thing. I'm not sure what it is yet, exactly. It needs a head. Let's try that bead there. Or this spray bottle piece. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So for this thing's face, I'm going to use this googly eye. Now, I just hope it doesn't rattle forever. Probably will. And I'm going to use these water pistol parts. There's lots of good parts in a water pistol, and you normally get those multi-packs for kids' parties, or you just steal them from your son. Whatever floats your boat. And these little nubbin things are also from a water pistol. Lots of good parts. My son will forgive me one day. He will, I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure. These are some parts from an battleship game, a little travel battleship game. The little pegs that go in.
So he replaced the googly eye with like a.
So as we all know, my second favourite crafting material is spray bottle heads. First favourite is beads. Hold on, let me think this through. My third favourite is these sequin things. These little kind of weird rhinestone gems you can buy in craft shops, and they make good little toes. And I use them a lot. You'll see. These little discs are from an old Travel Connect 4 game. Yeah, old travel games that no one ever plays. There's always little plastic bits in there. Just take them, you know, and then just give the kid a Switch or something. So I want to talk about my patrons on Patreon. Every month we have a build challenge where I set them a task to build something, and they build it. It's quite simple. So I'm quite happy with the way this horse bug thing, I don't know what it is looking so far. And I want to add some details of EVA foam. Now this thing is a tracing perforator tool, I think. But basically it's really good to make little bolts like that. You know, minimal effort, the way I like it.
The way I like it, yeah. Oh, it's adding like armor.
So we're going to use some of this holiday wire. You get this from the pound shop. I think it comes under Christmas wire for some crazy reason. But basically it sticks to super glue really well, and you can bend it into any shape you want. So this was a completely improvised build, and I'm really happy with it, but it is
really
missing
cute.
something. There's a big empty space here, and I'm thinking, I know it needs some kind of rider. There are a lot of beads in here, so maybe, yeah. I'm thinking maybe a beadbot rider. I haven't made a beadbot in a while, and people like beadbots, don't they? I hope so. Otherwise I'm ruined. So, beadbots are quite fiddly to make. Basically, it requires drilling holes in wooden beads and using armature wire. Now, you'd think it's tricky doing that. Try and film yourself doing that. Even worse.
Even worse.
So, I like to cut a bead straight down the middle, and then you've got that nice little groove where you can attach the leg wires. It gives you a nice little hole between the waist and the torso.
Okay.
And now we need some armature wire to thread through the holes. Now, always cut more than you need. I've always needed more than I've cut. And that is basically how I make a basic beadbot body, basically. Always like that. Of course, it's always about the detail. So let's get the bit boxes out. So for my beadbot aesthetic, I normally use one of these rhinestones, these hemispherical ones, and those things for eyes look just like that. But that's the style I go for. You can basically do anything
that's so
with
cute.
beadbots. So I just need to thread these tiny beads on this tiny armature wire and film myself do it at the same time and try and keep it in focus. It's, yeah, not easy. The hardest part of being a YouTube crafter is making it look easy, and it doesn't look easy if I sit there and complain about it. So yeah, enjoy the show. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I just need to vlog about what clothes I'm wearing. Maybe. Let me know in the comments down below. This is a cocktail stick, and I'm going to use this as a kind of like a placeholder spear in his arm. We'll jazz it up later, you know. Do you kids still say jazz it up? No? Okay, I won't say it again, I'm sorry. No, believe it or not, I've not used EVA foam on a beadbot before, and it works really well. EVA foam just works really well as kind of like plates of metal that you need to contour around a build. I love EVA foam. I'm going to use these for fingers. I'm going to try out some EVA foam fingers. Hands are hard,
cute.
as we all know.
Your hands are hard.
And I think that worked out pretty well. I'm quite happy with those hands, if I don't mind saying so myself. Why would I mind saying so myself? I'm the only one here, obviously, as per usual. So lonely. So as for this spear thing, I'm thinking some kind of cattle prod, claw thing. I think I'm going to do a lead that runs along and plugs into the actual mount, like for power. You know, it's probably got bigger batteries than this little bead bot. I like the idea that the bead bot doesn't necessarily kill you outright, but might just stun you, because they're not, you know, evil humans. Anyway, time to paint. So anyone interested in how I prime my models, I basically spray paint the thing with black, and then I spray paint white from above to get that centerfold look. You know, that's centerfold priming. Everyone knows that.
Yep. That looks really cool, though. I like that. Painting! Nicer.
So I had a realization. I always kind of zenithal prime my build and never make use of it. So I always paint it a solid opaque kind of rust color over the whole thing. But I decided to kind of water it down, make it a bit of a rusty wash, and let some of that zenithal highlight come through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So I'm going to paint
really
the mount,
like, the primer
this
really does
green
make it
colour, this kind of copper patina, but it's very watery. I mean, guess it might look alright, but when it's, I don't know, I'll do a few coats, we'll see. So I just dab the paint on, I stipple it on, I think is the technical word, just so you see some of that rust coming through. I don't want this thing to be too rusty, but it's always nice to have like a bit of rust there to back you up, you know, if you know what I mean. So I want to paint the bead bot this kind of sky grey colour. Now I haven't used this paint in a while and I think there's a bit of a blockage in there. I'm just going to squeeze it. So I was right, there was a blockage in my paint pot. There's not anymore, you know, luckily. Nothing quite like covering some priceless thing in acrylic paint, and I don't mean this model. I mean, it's only Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, he is boxed, but, you know, it's just Sergeant Slaughter. So, time for some dry brushing. I'm going to dry brush the whole model in this kind of ivory colour. It's like a tan colour. Basically, just an off-white. Never dry brush in white for some reason. I mean, I say for some reason, there probably is a reason. I'm going to guess and say it probably washes out the colours too much. I don't know. So when all the colour was down, I kind of wanted to go back in and add a bit more colour on the bead bot, a bit of orange, and I wanted to paint one leg blue as if it's been replaced in the past.
Oh, nice. I like that.
So I'm going to finish it off with some oil wash. This is oil paint mixed with white spirit or mineral spirits, depending on where you are in the world. And it's odourless, but just because it says it's odourless, you probably should still wear a mask because it's probably, you know, still bad for you. It's like when your wife farts and she says it doesn't smell. I'm like, I can smell it, you know. So that's it. End of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below if you did. Click that like button if you liked it, but only if you liked it. No hollow likes, as you know, I can tell. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, click that bell button, apparently. Everyone keeps saying that now. Click the bell button. Why don't they just make that like automatic when you subscribe, like you automatically click the, probably be quite annoying.
There's no bell anymore. Did you guys notice that?
No more annoying than me saying click that bell button. Glamour shots coming right up, and I'll see you next time. That's it. Bye.
Yeah, it's funny.
So I didn't plan on making a bead bot, but I did, and it is one of my favourite builds so far. I hope you liked it. If you like this video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, blah blah blah, and I want to say a big thank you to my patrons. I love you, patrons.
There you go. We'll subscribe.
Now many of you patrons have been asking for a discount code in my store, so I figured, yep, why not? I'll give you a code. Actually, I'll tell you right now. It's B12.
Hang on, I wanted. Oh, go back. I wanted
one
to.
Of my
Okay. So I really like this part where he put like the little rubber hose things. This like, this part really makes it look like it's, like, underneath a machine to me for some reason. I like the little star detail. I like how he built the joints so it actually looks like they're riveted together. Like, that's so cool. I really like that one. Thank you for the suggestion, Rin. I really do appreciate it.